Work, 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 work. Da, 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 da. Work, 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 work. To me, I be work, work.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you came.
Thank you.
You ready to talk today, girl?
Yeah. Let's roll it out. It's been a long week.
It has. It's been a long week for me too.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, just checking in. We're gonna hop right into this episode. Why is adulting so hard?
Because it's ghetto.
It is. It's ghetto as hell.
Like, when our parents said don't rush to get old, I thought they meant, like, physically. I miss my young years when I didn't have bills. Or when I had simple bills, like just a phone bill.
Yeah.
Adulting is really hard because you don't only have to take care of yourself, but it's a constant cycle, a 30-day cycle of you keeping up with your basic needs and then also being responsible to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And when I say take care of yourself, I don't mean just taking your vitamins and eating right. I mean like scheduling your dentist appointments, your doctor appointments, your therapy appointments, checking your wardrobe, making sure things are like age appropriate based on what you got going on, keeping up with your hair, your nails as a woman.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
The list go on and on.
Yeah.
And don't stop.
And don't add kids to the mix.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Whew, yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Literally. Like adulting is like something that just like parenting don't have no book. Right? You just at some point gotta tap into like, man, I ain't getting no younger, you know. But let's hop into the first bullet point. The first bullet point is the pressure of responsibilities.
Okay. Pressure of responsibilities, I feel like it can go probably one of three ways. I was going to say two, but one of three ways. You can succeed with the pressure of responsibilities to just be successful. You can fold. Or you could just be right above water. I think that's where I'm at.
Sink or swim.
I'm right here.
Sink or swim.
I'm treading water.
I'm
not doing laps.
For real.
I'm still in place.
Yeah. Man, it be like that. Let's hop right into the next bullet point. Balancing mental health with everyday life. Ooh. Balancing mental health with everyday life. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too. I think the key word is balance and mental health. A lot of people don't know how to even prioritize their mental health in the first place. So to even realize that mental health is an actual thing that takes time and work, the same way you want to heal any other part of your body, it takes time and work and dedication. And to actually implement that in your day-to-day, that's hard off rip, you know? But there are people who do that. And those people are the ones that have time, that have boundaries. They can be strict, but at the same time, they can still be loving and be able to show up the way they feel is best, their best selves, because they are prioritizing that within their day-to-day activities, whether it be with friends. They know what their limit is. I'm learning to get to the point where it's like I'll do dinner, but I don't want to go to a lounge. That's my capacity. That's what I have. I don't want to do anything extra.
Yeah.
And that way I can enjoy my dinner and not have to be burnt out the next day.
Okay.
I think that is really, really important. And a lot of people don't do that. But balance is so important just in general, even when it comes to choosing your personal life versus your career versus your parenthood, everything. You know, those things all have to play a role and they have to all be proportioned properly in order for you to feel fulfilled and not burned out.
I agree. Um, like you said, it's people that don't even acknowledge that they mental is doing something that's causing them to it's causing an effect in their life,
Right.
and they not seeing about it, they're not paying it no attention, and then they keep going on with life, and
Mm-hmm.
before you know it they get an old age and they die. They never checked in with themselves, you know.
Yep.
And it's sad, and more of us need to start really checking in, like even if you work a lot,
Yep.
right? Like, you know that you need the mental health days,
Days. Yep.
because if you have you know, if you have them days, you know what I'm saying, don't be responsible because you didn't take that mental day that you needed.
Yep.
And the mental day can look like, I just need to sit down and breathe.
Yeah.
I just need to read a book. I just need to go to sleep. I just
Yeah.
need to rest. Like, people don't take enough time for themselves. And then they excuse is, oh, well, I don't really have time. You have to make time for what you want.
Yep.
And your mental health is the most important health, period. Because if your mental health ain't right, you get sick, you gonna be depressed and down because you ain't even right mentally. So
Yep.
you gonna die off, right?
Yeah.
It's important, and people really neglect their mental, and it's sad.
Yeah. It is. It is. It is. And the thing too is just knowing what it. I think the biggest issue is that people don't know what it looks like.
Hmm.
The way it shows up daily, and that's the key. Trying to figure out, what does mental health balance look like? You know, have you heard about that chef in Atlanta that passed away?
No.
She was working so hard. She had opened up a restaurant
Oh my God.
and she was working work. She worked every day and she finally put in for vacation. And she said on her, to everybody, her employees and on her social media, all right, y'all, I'm finally gonna get me some sleep. And she never woke up.
Wow. But the way she went, that wasn't.
She literally worked herself to death.
Yes. That.
And
Oh
that
my
is
God.
sad and that is unfortunate. And I
Yeah.
think that people need to understand that
That is really sad.
you have to take care of
Yourself.
yourself.
You do.
You
You
have
do.
to.
You gotta put them. You gotta put them days in if you need them, and
And
you
do it
can't
before it's
wait.
too late. Yeah.
Yeah, cause it was too late for her. She took vacation and didn't wake up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real sad. I didn't hear about that. Wow. Um, yeah, it's important. Let's hop into the next bullet point.
Okay.
Feeling like you're behind in life.
Yeah, I feel like that's the devil. You know, I think that what happens is that we try to keep up with social norms instead of really understanding what it's like to run your own race. For example, like, I would love to have a house, but I watched this thing on Netflix that talked about finances. And the one thing that made me feel good about my decision is just that there's plenty of people who are financially stable that are doing well that still rent apartments because that's what's comfortable to them. You don't have to race to do something and then you do it prematurely and you lose it.
Yeah.
Run your own race. Do what's important to you. And I think that a lot of people that are capable of doing big things, you know, they may not be faced with the same adversity as you, the same challenges, and the lifestyle may be completely different. So you can't expect someone to just hop on board because you may be similar in this area, but you're not similar in that area,
Right.
and you expect them to perform at your level. That's not what it is. You know, everybody grows in different ways
Yeah.
at their own time. So I think the importance of understanding your own race so that you don't feel like you're behind in life.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're behind in life, that means you need to sit down and really sit down and reevaluate why you feel that is,
Mm-hmm.
and then find a way to do something about it at your capacity. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean go run and try to finish school until the point where you're not doing anything for yourself and you're burnt out. That doesn't mean to go in the streets, try to run and try to find money. It means to sit down, look at your obstacles, look at your situation, and what can you do that will be smart, not hard, to get you where you need to go.
Yes. Yeah, I want to say I struggled with feeling behind for a little bit, but not like as far as um behind other people, just feeling behind at my age. Like I was going through a thing where I'm like, man, I'm this age and I'm not here, I'm not there. And my best time I really learned like anything was when I was sitting still and I didn't have I wasn't busy, right? So
Right.
I was able to sit down, think clear, and make different moves. But it's like the thing about, feeling behind sometimes, that it's like basically like when you feeling like you behind in life, some people be like, oh well, this person life moving faster than mine, that person life moving faster than whatever, right? And it's not really that your life is moving faster. It's just what I've been learning in the time of being still or taking very less, right, and working my way up. What I've been learning is that my life is exactly what it needs to be. Like every step that I'm
Mattered, yeah.
every step matters, right?
Yeah.
Like however it is, if it's very little, it's all shaping me to become the best version of myself. And
Yeah.
so once I like sat down and realized like, hey, you're not too old, or whatever age you are, you still moving. Whether you think that
Right.
you stuck somewhere, you're not stuck. It's shaping you. It's shaping
Right.
you into who you're gonna be. And so when I learned that, it made a lot of sense. So I'm like, okay, well, this happened because of this. This happened because of that. It's not gonna happen on my time, and because that's what I want when I want it.
Right.
So,
Right.
it was a struggle at first, but now I sit back and I realize like, wow, okay, and I go with the flow and I see how it turns out.
I think too, like growing up in this day and age, our generation, we have unrealistic ideas of what our life was supposed to be growing up. I feel like we thought that by the age of 25, we would understand and have everything together. House, family, car, kids, and it would be a piece of cake. Because our parents, I'm sure even your parents, they had stuff, and so when you become that age, you realize like, damn, it's hard to even get a car. Things are just a little bit different from us, and that can play a lot of doubt in where we feel like we should be able to have at that point in time of life. Again, like you said, every step matters, and every choice that you make comes with a consequence, good or bad.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you may think it's a good choice, not knowing it'll have a bad consequence, but there's a reason why you have to go through that. And all those things, those small setbacks matter.
Yeah.
And so like there's people that I know that were super successful in their early 20s and they're struggling now in their 30s.
Oh, wow.
There's people like me who got married in their 20s and divorced in their 30s. We thought we hit the mark.
Yeah.
But it was too much too soon, And so I think that when we allow our thoughts to navigate and dictate where we should be.
Things are hard. Let's hop into the next bullet point. The next bullet point is learning things the hard way.
Yes. What your mama used to say? Hard head make a soft
ass.
That's the truth.
For sure.
If you don't think it now, live a little longer. You're going to find out.
For real.
Life the truest teacher.
It is. And it'll humble you quick.
Yeah. But T is learning how to listen though.
Yeah, for sure.
I learned that the best person to be is someone who's coachable. Because being hard headed, you'll always be in your own way.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you stop listening, or if it always took you the hard way, like I had to learn everything the hard way, right? Until I finally listened. But if you like continue life just learning everything the hard way, then that's how your life gonna end up. Just like you said, like it's nothing. If you can't listen, you're not gonna find yourself nowhere. Like nowhere. You have to be able at some point in your life to sit back and listen.
Yeah, you don't have to literally like find out everything by yourself.
You don't.
You really don't. Like if someone said if you cross the street in traffic, you're gonna get hit. You wouldn't just go and cross the street in the middle of traffic. Yeah. Because you're gonna get hit. Sometimes the lessons are just that deep. Just because the thing is not obvious in front of you or not tangible doesn't mean that it's a possibility, which is probably a high probability of it happening.
Yeah. I be honest, like I was always a person that had to learn the hard way. Like,
do you think it was because you didn't trust the people who try to guide you the right way?
Yeah, it was like people would tell me to do stuff that they wasn't doing.
Right.
And so it's like, or they would try to tell me to do something and they never had no type of time in my life for me to even trust you enough to listen to you. So I started listening with my grandma. Like when I ended up living with my grandma, I started listening because it was the way that she talked to me.
Yeah.
It was the way that she saw me. It was the way that she believed in me. And that helped me to believe in myself. And I'm like, okay. Like, so I'm grateful to have had her, around. So,
I'm telling you, learning the hard way, sometimes, like I said about expectations, like my biggest issue is like my choice in men. If I would have just listened instead of saying like, no, it's not really like that, and yada yada yada, and making all these excuses, I would have saved myself a lot. Yeah, and I'm proud of myself and where I've come now because I'm way stronger and bolder in certain areas.
Good.
But baby, the lessons I had to learn.
You and me both, we in the same boat. Baby, my pick 'em in has still to this day been sad. So, I just sit back and be like, I'm just gonna take my time because that's the best thing to do,
No, it's for real.
Take my time and stop learning the hard way. Like, because I already been through the same cycles that of learning things the hard way. I need to go and just sit down, relax, and wait for the right person.
Yeah, my goal is to have a soft life. And so I'm at the point where I really use my wisdom and my intuition to guide me. And sometimes I will test the water a little bit, but I learned that I don't jump in the water anymore. I just put my big toe in it.
Nah, for real.
And then I'll be like,
nah, for real, real quick. That be me. Like, I just, like, I feel like when you had to learn the hard way with everything because you didn't listen, it's like once you get tired of that, you just be chilling, man. Yeah. Like you said, you put your big toe in. Like, I'm just going to test it out because the first wrong move, I'm out. I'm out.
Nobody's safe.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Nobody's safe. I don't care if you cough wrong. I'm like,
I gotta go.
Where's my bag?
It's because you've been through so much with trying to still, believe that something would work, right? Yeah. So even though you didn't listen, like, it's still good that you had to have your own experiences because if you listened to everything, like, you wouldn't have done nothing wrong. And like, if you don't do nothing wrong, what experiences do you really have?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to give advice and be wise.
You wouldn't be able to do that.
But I will say this, tapping on mental health and awareness. I feel that our parents' generation failed us in certain ways because if they would have took the time to understand mental health then, which we're not
blaming
because y'all didn't have the resources. But the communication tactic would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would have been easier to compromise with what all they're asking of us. You know, I think that now, you know, I'm learning in my 30s that I'm neurodivergent and I'm impulsive. I never knew I was impulsive because, you know, there's impulsive things that I've done.
Yeah.
But it took for me to sit down and to really pay attention on like my hyperfixation, my impulsiveness, and why I made the choices that I wanted to make, because my parents didn't know how to deliver their concerns to me in a way that would make me stop and think about what they're trying to tell me, instead of them just making it seem like they didn't want me to do it at all.
It's some people that just they're against anything, so they just feel like, oh well, you okay, it's life, it's normal. But what they didn't know was like that those little things, like helping us in those areas, would have took us far, which is why we could do that for our children, right? But not everybody accepts it, and then that's the hard part, because really you setting yourself up because you're not accepting something that's real. We all human. It's none of us that's just here that's always nothing wrong with us. Like the first step to like getting help or doing better is admitting it. You know, admitting what you need, taking accountability and applying it, right?
No, for real.
So I mean, yeah. I'm glad I don't have to learn the hard way no more. That's for sure. Like I listen and I take in, and we don't judge. We don't judge. I take in what I need to take in, and I leave what I need to leave. And go from there. Well, it was good seeing y'all back on the podcast. Remember to share this video, like, subscribe, comment, hype this video up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is another episode of Healing with Experience. Until next time.